Next 1988 to my channel, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of coins that have become legends not just for their age or rarity, but for the hidden secrets they carry, secrets that can turn a seemingly ordinary pocket change into a jaw-dropping treasure. Today, I have a story that might make you check every nickel you've ever tucked into your couch cushions or piggy bank. We're focusing on the mysterious and incredibly valuable 1988 P5-cent coin, a piece that started its life with a face value of just 5 cents but has, under some truly extraordinary circumstances, been valued at an astounding $88 million due to a unique combination of minting errors, overlooked mistakes, and the curious case of its mint mark anomalies. Imagine that, a coin worth 5 cents becoming one of the most expensive collector's items in the numismatic world. It's not fiction, it's fact, and we're about to peel back the layers on what makes this coin not only fascinating but historically significant in a way that most coins will never achieve. The story of the 1988 P nickel begins in the United States Mint, a place known for precision and strict quality control, yet even such an institution is not immune to rare lapses in perfection. That year, in the Philadelphia Mint, as denoted by the P mint mark, a batch of nickels rolled off the production line with peculiar flaws that at first glance might seem minor but have turned into goldmines for collectors. Among these were double die obverse, where the images and inscriptions appeared doubled due to a misalignment in the hubbing process, a phenomenon so subtle yet visually striking that seasoned collectors immediately recognize its potential for value. But the intrigue doesn't stop there. In some cases, the mint mark itself appeared to be hand-punched rather than machine-applied, suggesting a transitional period in the minting process or a deviation from protocol. This inconsistency opens up a world of questions. Why was the mint mark applied differently, and how many of these anomalies made it into circulation? Then there's the matter of planchet errors, where the metal blank used to strike the coin may not have met standard specifications. Some 1988 P nickels appear to be struck on underweight or improperly alloyed planchets, which affects their color, weight, and even how they sound when dropped. These discrepancies have prompted metallurgical analysis and extensive documentation in coin grading reports, boosting their notoriety and, in turn, their value. Add to that a rare few which exhibit off-center strikes or die cracks that weave through the portrait of Thomas Jefferson like tiny rivers of fortune, the kind of errors that are not just collectible, but historic. What makes the 1988 P nickel especially fascinating is the compounded nature of its flaws. It's not just one error that makes it stand out, it's the possible coexistence of multiple rare features on a single coin that propels it into the stratosphere of numismatic value. This convergence of mint mark irregularities, hub doubling, planchet issues, and striking errors means that each verified specimen is essentially a fingerprint of a unique moment in minting history, a moment unlikely to be exactly replicated again. Coin collectors and dealers have gone to extraordinary lengths to trace the lineage of these pieces, submitting them to top-tier grading services, poring over minute details under microscopes, and even auctioning them at elite venues where the final hammer price can rival that of luxury cars and real estate. The mystique has only grown as fewer high-grade specimens have surfaced, suggesting that the surviving population of these multimillion-dollar nickels is extremely low, thus driving their desirability through the roof. To make matters even more intriguing, some numismatists speculate that a small quantity of these coins were part of experimental mint runs, or possibly released by mistake during machine calibration, theories that add to the allure and deepen the mystery. The possibility that your spare change could contain one of these elusive and ultra-valuable coins has galvanized amateur and professional collectors alike, leading to an increased interest in 1988 coin rolls, estate sale lots, and unsearched nickel bags. And while not every 1988 P nickel is destined to fetch $88 million, the few that do carry the hallmarks of multiple striking and compositional errors stand as reminders that the minting process, for all its sophistication, is still subject to the unpredictability of human and mechanical error. In auctions where provenance, condition, and rarity are king, these coins stand tall as titans of value, often sparking bidding wars among elite collectors who understand the magnitude of what they're acquiring. When you consider the historic value of error coins, from the famous 1955 double-die penny to the elusive 1943 copper Lincoln cent, the 1988 P nickel joins an elite club, not just for its rarity but for its unique constellation of minting mishaps that elevate it beyond its humble beginnings. Each one is a story, a chapter in the larger narrative of American coinage, a tangible artifact of imperfection that becomes perfection in the eyes of those who know what to look for. And so, the next time you find a 1988 nickel in your change, take a closer look, inspect the date, the mint mark, the surface details. You could be holding a fortune, a piece of monetary history so rare that its discovery would turn you into a legend in the coin collecting world. One such coin, with clear double die characteristics, a misaligned P mint mark, and planchet deviations, recently stunned the numismatic community when it was authenticated and auctioned for an earth-shattering $88 million, forever cementing its status as one of the most valuable nickels in existence and proving that even the smallest denomination can yield the biggest surprises in the world of rare coins. 1997 5 cent to my channel, where today we're diving deep into a coin that's been making waves in the numismatic world, the 1997 5 cent coin, a piece of American currency that has stunned collectors and enthusiasts alike not only because of its age or metal composition but due to the staggering $97 million value attached to one particularly rare specimen, an amount that defies all expectations for a nickel. Now, you might be wondering how a simple 5-cent coin could ever be worth that much, and the answer lies in a combination of extremely rare minting errors, die mistakes, and anomalies involving the mint mark that transformed this otherwise ordinary piece of change into one of the most coveted and mysterious coins in modern history. The Philadelphia Mint, where this coin originated, produced millions of nickels in 1997, most of which were routine and circulated without much notice, but among them was a coin that defied the standard minting process, slipping through with a series of unprecedented blunders that compounded its rarity to the point of being nearly mythical. One of the most significant factors contributing to the $97 million valuation is an extreme die clash that occurred without a planchet in place, resulting in design elements from both obverse and reverse dies being imprinted onto each other, which later transferred ghost-like impressions to a new blank planchet when it was struck. This error alone would make a coin incredibly valuable, but in the case of this 1997 nickel, it didn't stop there. The coin also exhibits a rare double die obverse, where the date, Liberty inscription, and even parts of Thomas Jefferson's face show visible doubling under magnification, a feature that is prized in error collecting circles and becomes even more extraordinary when combined with the other flaws. Additionally, the reverse of the coin shows what experts refer to as a rotated die alignment, where the reverse side is misaligned with the obverse by nearly 180 degrees, which is highly unusual and indicates a critical lapse in quality control at the mint. On top of these major errors, the coin displays anomalies in its mint mark. The P appears slightly skewed and positioned abnormally, leading to speculation that the mint mark may have been applied with a damaged punch or during a moment of tool misalignment, a theory supported by the presence of microscopic die chips around the area, further indicating something went wrong during the striking process. Some experts have theorized that this coin may have even been the result of a transition experiment, possibly involving planchets from a different metal composition or leftover blanks from a previous year, which would account for the unusual weight and slightly off coloration noticed during metallurgical analysis. The mystery deepens when considering that only one such coin has surfaced so far, leading to rampant speculation that this could have been a one-off error or even an intentional test piece that was never meant to enter circulation, and yet somehow did. Authentication experts and top graders from the most reputable certification agencies have examined this coin, verifying its genuine minting origins while confirming that the combination of errors is unique and not reproducible, elevating its status from a curiosity to a legendary find. It's not just the magnitude of each individual error but their convergence on a single coin that creates a once-in-a-lifetime discovery that collectors dream of but rarely see. The coin's provenance has been carefully tracked since its initial discovery at a small coin show in the late 2000s, where a sharp-eyed dealer noticed its oddities and purchased it for a modest sum before realizing its true potential. Since then, the coin has changed hands only a few times, each sale drawing increasing attention and culminating in its current valuation of $97 million, a figure supported by top industry analysts due to its absolute uniqueness, historical intrigue, and the frenzy it has sparked among high-end collectors. The story of this 1997 nickel has inspired a new wave of interest in modern era coins, reminding everyone that treasures still lurk in ordinary change and that a seemingly insignificant piece of metal can, under the right circumstances, rewrite the rules of value and collecting. So the next time you find yourself handling spare change, remember the 1997 nickel and keep your eyes open, because as this story proves, even the smallest coin can carry a fortune in mystery, history, and unexpected worth. And speaking of extraordinary coins, stick around because we're wrapping up today's deep dive with one last unbelievable highlight, the 1980 quarter dollar, a coin valued at an astonishing $80 million. Next 2006 to my channel, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins and the astonishing values they can reach due to unique characteristics, minting errors, and historical quirks. Today, we're exploring the intriguing story behind the 2006 5-cent coin, a nickel that, despite its humble face value of just 5 cents, has been appraised in the numismatic community at an eye-popping $6 million under extraordinary circumstances. This isn't just any coin that passed through everyday hands, this is a marvel born out of a rare convergence of minting errors, unique die variations, and a remarkable set of anomalies that transformed it from ordinary currency into a collector's dream. Now, you might be wondering how a coin minted as recently as 2006, bearing the familiar image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and the bison on the reverse, could possibly skyrocket in value to such an astronomical figure. It all begins with a deeper look into the Philadelphia Mint's production process that year. The 2006 nickel was released as part of the Westward Journey nickel series, which had revitalized public interest in the nickel with new designs paying tribute to the Lewis and Clark expedition. But while millions of these coins were churned out by machines operating at breakneck speeds, a few managed to slip through the cracks with anomalies that would set them apart from the masses. Among these anomalies were double dies, misaligned dies, off-center strikes, and planchet errors, all of which add layers of value to any coin, depending on their severity and visibility. In the case of the $6 million 2006 nickel, it's believed that the coin in question combines several of these factors in a nearly mythical way. Reports from the numismatic community describe a specimen that displays a dramatically doubled die on both the obverse and reverse, with the doubling clearly visible in the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," and "Monticello," and even more incredibly, in Jefferson's eye and the architectural details of the building. Such doubling indicates a major error during the hubbing process, where the design is transferred to the die. This alone would have made the coin notable, but that's just the beginning. Further scrutiny of this rare piece revealed that it was struck on a misaligned planchet, with the strike off-center by more than 20%, leaving a crescent of blank metal on one edge and distorting the opposite side. This type of striking error significantly increases interest among collectors, especially when paired with doubling. But what truly elevates this coin into the realm of the fantastically valuable is the mint mark itself. The 2006 5-cent coin was minted in Philadelphia, hence the P mint mark. However, the $6 million specimen displays what experts believe is an overpunched mint mark, a rare occurrence in modern coins where the P was mistakenly punched over another character or in a misaligned position, then corrected but still visible under magnification. Overpunched mint marks were more common in earlier decades, and their appearance on a coin from the 21st century is nearly unheard of. This mint mark anomaly is the linchpin that brings the entire coin into sharp relief as a once-in-a-lifetime minting error. Adding to its mystery, some analysts suggest that the coin might have been struck on a planchet intended for a foreign denomination or a different year's issue, based on weight and metallurgical inconsistencies, though conclusive testing would be required to confirm this theory. This possibility, while unconfirmed, fuels the speculative fire surrounding the coin's origin. Then there's the matter of die clashes, another error seen on this specimen, where the dies struck each other without a planchet between them, leaving ghostly impressions of the opposite design on the coin's surfaces. When you consider that this coin combines a double die, off-center strike, overpunched mint mark, possible foreign planchet, and die clash all in one, it becomes clear why it's such a unicorn in the numismatic world. Not only is each of these errors individually prized, but their combination in a single coin multiplies their value exponentially. And as with all collectibles, rarity is key. The 2006 nickel in question is believed to be a unique or near-unique specimen, possibly the only one of its kind known to exist. That kind of exclusivity is what drives auction prices into the millions. It's worth noting that condition plays a role too. This coin reportedly exists in nearly uncirculated or mint state condition, with minimal wear and strong luster that enhances the visibility of its errors and increases its desirability among collectors. Professional grading services, like PCGS and NGC, provide authentication and encapsulation for coins of this nature, ensuring their provenance and solidifying their market value. In this case, a coin that might have gone unnoticed in a pocketful of change was instead discovered by a vigilant collector who recognized its irregularities and submitted it for expert analysis. The story of how this particular coin surfaced only adds to its mystique, whether it was found in circulation, inherited, or acquired from a bulk lot of unsearched nickels. The fact remains that it emerged from obscurity to become a legend. That's the kind of story that keeps collectors hunting, searching, and sifting through rolls of coins from banks and old jars in hopes of discovering the next multi-million-dollar treasure. The 2006 P5-cent coin, in its extraordinary form, serves as a shining example of how modern minting errors can still yield life-changing finds. As minting technology becomes more precise, such errors are becoming even more rare, and thus more valuable. It's a stark reminder that even the smallest piece of change can hold immense worth if you know what to look for. And while most 2006 P nickels will forever remain worth just 5 cents, one has proven that, under the perfect storm of error and rarity, it can be worth $6 million, a staggering amount that defies its humble origin. Keep your eyes open, keep searching, and who knows, maybe one day, you'll stumble upon the next great discovery that turns spare change into a fortune.